I did my project on the psychology of happiness because that is a topic that interests me the most. Mr. Hook also mentioned it several times this year, and I also did it because of that. I wanted to know what makes people happy and why, ways to measure happiness, how our perception changes our view on happiness, and if smiling really does bring happiness. What I found from researching about happiness is that there are different views on what brings happiness and how, and that hedonism, desire, and objective list theories are the main theories of happiness. I concluded that there are multiple looks on happiness, and each theory gives a valid argument. What I learned from reading on perception and happiness and how they correlate is that your perception determines your happiness. You can read more about how it happens on my website. I concluded that your view on anything could change if you perceive it differently. In this case, you could find something that makes you happy and other things that doesn't make you happy. When researching about smiling and if it causes happiness for my third subtopic, I found that if we force ourselves to smile, or be scared, or be sad, we will end up expressing the corresponding emotion. This can be proved with the facial feedback hypothesis, which says exactly that. I concluded that smiling indeed does bring happiness. Thinking about all these theories and explanations about happiness, I wanted to know if there was any valid way of knowing when someone was actually happy. What I found out is that surveys are the best and most popular way to assess happiness. There are more ways to do so, but surveys are the most effective way to do so. There are also ways to classify and analyze your happiness. You can read more about that on my website. What I concluded is that since happiness is something we experience in our minds, the results of assessing happiness may be a close resemblance to how you actually feel, but definitely not 100% accurate representation.